Hello, what's up, you guys? My name is Crazy Pie. In this video, we're going to be going over 5 reasons why Playground Mode didn't do as well as it should have, or as well as, Epic Games intended it to do. Now, real quickly before everyone goes down and just starts hating, obviously, I love Playground Mode. I mean, Playground Mode is one of my favorite game modes in Fortnite, and I'm going to go over some reasons on why I feel like they should make some improvements to the game mode to make it better, so that when it does come out again, it will be a more fun game mode to play, and it'll just be a lot better, in terms of like not graphical wise, but in terms of like actual gameplay wise, and just, actually improving people to get better at the game. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free down below to like and subscribe to the channel if you are new, so you never miss another Fortnite video. Let's get straight into this, guys. As I said, I do have family coming over like all week, so it is going to be a little bit rough for me to actually try and record. So I'm going to try my best, and I'm also going to Europe in like 2 weeks from now, so it's going to be a little bit hard for me to record some videos, but I'm going to try my hardest to actually batch record some videos and hopefully get at least 2 to 3 out a week. But bear with me, guys. Once I do get back though in August, it will be just a ton of like, daily to every other day uploads. So yeah, let's just get straight into this. So basically, the number 5 spot on why I feel like Fortnite, the actual playground mode could be better is because it's only with your squad. And if you think about it like this, and what most people do, and what, not myself, but other people in other people's squads, and I did watch a video earlier, and it's basically saying that, once you and your squad do get to the level where, you all have proper, skills, and you are all on even skill level, it's kind of going to be hard for you guys to get better, you know what I mean? So basically think of it like this. So if you are all on the same skill level and you're all fighting, no one's really going to improve because you're still fighting someone that's the same skill level as you. But if you're fighting someone on your friends list, or maybe even if you don't have any friends that are technically better than you, that if you are fighting someone that is not better than you, then you're technically not going to get any, actual general experience. Opposed to, say you're like some random guy and you're fighting Ninja, obviously you're going to learn a little bit off of his playstyle. You're going to go up against a competition, and basically just needless to say, if you want to get better at this game mode, you have to try and play against people that are better than you in every way, shape, or form. But I'm not saying for myself, I'm saying for everyone, most people out there, if they do not have friends that are better than them, they're technically not going to get better at, actually playing the game. Obviously you can outbuild someone who's worse than you and, everything like that. But if you're not fighting someone that's better than you, then you're technically not going to get any, actual general experience points and gain, more of the actual muscle memory towards fighting against good players. This typical example isn't general towards me. It's mainly just for like, I'm just thinking about, most players out there who do play the game and, have the friends that are just absolute casuals. Most of my friends and I are sweats, so it's a fun time and I like sweating in a video game. So let's move on to tip number 4. Now, the 4th reason why I feel like Playground Mode could have done better is mainly because if you're having a build battle, right, most of it is, you're trying to practice how to build better in Playground Mode. You're trying to practice, building, and, it's cool to have to practice build battles, but what's not cool about build battling is that your actual teammates or slash enemies or whatever they are, if you're fighting against someone in that game mode, is they can edit your structures, which is extremely annoying, because if you're trying to have a build battle, in actual Fortnite, you're not supposed to edit each other's structures, because you can't. You physically can't. An enemy can't edit your structure. They can't place a spike trap on your structure. They can't, put a hole, a window, anything in your structure. So, it's all about making your own walls. If an enemy has a wall in regular Battle Royale, you break it and then you put another wall down so that you can edit that wall, make a hole, and get the kill. You know what I mean? It's just very weird and different how you can edit your teammates' structures, and it makes for build fights a lot different. The actual mechanics of a build fight are way different than they should be just because you can edit teammate structures. It's definitely very odd, very suspicious, and just the thought of having to tell people not to edit your structures is just kind of odd. And it really just doesn't feel like a typical build fight that it would be in regular Battle Royale. So hopefully going forward in maybe Playground V2, they do make it so that everyone is as like an enemy and, they can't actually edit your structures, which would be super cool because it's annoying getting into a build fight and then your teammate, technically your teammate, but the guy you're fighting, your enemy, it's really confusing, puts a hole in your own wall that you place down and then puts a spike trap in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's your wall. You put it down. He didn't put it down, but he's just going to put a spike trap in it and end up killing you by your own edit. It's really annoying. Hopefully they do fix that, and let's move on to the number 3. Now, the third thing that I want to see Playground Mode get fixed with to make it the best game mode that it can possibly be, if it does actually come out in version 2. And this is a very controversial one. I don't know if it is actually possible to do this at all, so I'm just stating it out there, if it is possible, if they could do this, it would be amazing. And it's, if you have like a free-for-all and, you can only go up to 4 people, which I'll get into that later. If you're doing like a free-for-all and, it's 4 one-on-one on one-on-one, I feel like they should make it so that more guns will spawn over time. You know what I mean? So say you pick up a gun in the actual, like say you're in Tilted Towers and you pick up a gun from the L buildings, right? And, you go out, you fight your teammates, or your enemies. I don't even know what I'm going to call them. I'm just going to call them the other players. You go out, you fight the other players, and then they accidentally kill you, and then they steal your guns, and then what are you supposed to do now? You're supposed to fall down onto your dead body where you died and actually try and retrieve your guns back, but they can just go ahead and kill you as you're falling from the sky. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're down there trying to get your guns, they can still go ahead and kill you. It's not fun playing Fortnite and having to tell your teammates not to kill you just so that you can get your guns. They should make it so that, like, instead of having every single chest spawn in playground mode, they should make it so that instead of every single chest spawn, the guns on the actual floor loot and the chests will refill themselves, and maybe different guns will cycle through different actual floor loot. I don't know if this is actually possible, but if it is, it would make it amazing, because then instead of having drop down on your dead body and potentially be able to get all your guns back, and maybe not, they should make it so that you can just drop somewhere else and go there. Now, before anyone does comment, like, oh, Crazy Pie, why don't you just spawn somewhere else? It's only 4 people in an actual playground mode, and if you're fighting at Tilted Towers and then you just magically go and skydive, glide over to Wailing Woods, it's gonna be pretty boring for like the next 20 minutes having to try and find each other. So just honestly, if they can add this in, I don't know if they could, but if they could, it would be absolutely amazing. Now, the second thing that I honestly think they should probably add, and hopefully add to playground mode, is infinite building. I've heard this before. I don't know why they're trying to mess with the building. I mean, I get it's playground mode. I don't know if the servers or the engine could actually handle this, but it's literally only 4 people. So what it is basically, instead of having to, go around and collect mats, maybe you just spawn with like max mats, and then it would never run out. Like, no matter how much you place, you would still always have max mats, Like, yes, the mats could run out, but over time, it would automatically regenerate to get your max mats back. Because if you think about it, what playground mode is to help new players get better at the game. And how do you get better at Fortnite? You learn to build. And if you're in a massive build fight, or if you're just in like, building a massive structure to help yourself learn how to build faster, like double ramp, double, stair, wall, floor, like to push. If you're learning how to, build a lot and you run out of mats, it's extremely annoying. I feel like for new players, they should have all the mats they could use in order to practice and help them build as much as they possibly could, so that, they learn how to build way better within Fortnite Battle Royale. It's honestly just a theory. I mean, if they could add this, it'd be super cool, just that you don't have to go around mining mats, and maybe they could like, make the spawns of the actual, llamas a lot less, because, I mean, no one even uses llamas to get mats, let's be honest here. But, maybe after time, various structures over like 10 minutes that were built, could probably disappear. I mean, I don't know how that would work, but they could hopefully try and figure out a way to make this work if it could. It's honestly just a theory, but if they could potentially add a way for it to be like infinite mats, that would be super, super cool. And the last thing that I would honestly like to see them add to playground mode is a bigger player count. Now, yes, it is cool that you can play with 4, but I feel like they should have multiple different types of fill. They should have one where it's just, you can fill and you have no fill, so it's just your squads. So, it's just the 4 people that you can play with that join your actual lobby. And you put a no fill, so you can either play solo, duo, or, with 3 people or 4 people. No fill, you won't be playing with any randoms, just people that are in your squad, your friends, etc. like that. Then they could have regular fill, obviously like what fill is. If you're playing like one person, you hit fill, you'll join 3 other randoms, and then you guys can have a fun time. And then I feel like they should just have regular battle royale, but in playground mode. So 99 other people will drop into the map, and it's just one big frenzy of just having a fun time. You'll be able to respawn, and it would just be super cool. This is why I feel like they should add infinite mats, as well as this is why I feel like the guns should respawn over time. Because if it is max people for the whole hour, you're practicing your gunfights, you're practicing your build fights, and you're having a fun time. You're obviously going to get better at the game because you're going to fight against better players. This is exactly why I saved this tip for last on what they should add, because it's everything put into one. If everything else comes perfectly, then this game mode, if they do add it so that you can play with every single, 99 other players in the Battle Royale, it would be super cool. Maybe then you and your squad would be able to edit your buildings, but then, all the other players wouldn't be able to edit your buildings, and you'd be able to see the actual locations of your teammates, and, it'd just be cool. Like, just think about it as just like, as if Battle Royale, you were able to respawn. that would basically be what this is, just with more mats. It would be super cool, and I honestly hope they add it because it would be amazing. And just for a little bit of a bonus thing here, honestly, Epic, if you are watching this, which I doubt you are, please make Playground Mode permanent, okay? I love playing Playground Mode. There's so much things to do in Playground Mode. It is so much fun. Just, even if it's not permanent, just at least, I mean, even if it's not called Playground Mode and it is permanent, just make it like private match. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be Playground Mode. It can be called whatever you guys want it to be. Like, just, if it's permanent, that would be super cool. Because then all the new players wouldn't have to wait, you know, like a month or two to actually get Playground Mode back. And they'd just be able to play it as much as they possibly want. And they'd be able to get better at the game, you know? It'd just give players a bigger variety, and it just make it a lot more fun. You know, say some random kids trash talking you in squads, you know, just go into Playground Mode and wreck them. You know what I mean? Like, it's just tons of fun. There's so much different things that you can do in Playground Mode. And honestly, if they make it permanent, that would be so much fun, dude. It would be amazing. And that is pretty much it, guys. Please feel free down below to leave a like as well as subscribe to the channel, and comment down below if you guys think that Playground Mode should come, you know, stay permanent, or, you know, comment down below how you guys feel about these things. And that's pretty much it, guys. My name is Crazy Pie. Make sure you smile every once in a while. Have a great day, you guys. Thank you guys very much. Peace out, guys.